Hi friends, I wanted to give a shout out to Bob Pies and Cakes for giving me encouragement on a video that he watched and left a comment on there that he said he would hope that I would upload some more videos that would uplift, or I don't know, something to that extent. I want to say, yes, that there are days where I'm so uplifted, and and then there's days that are really dark and very difficult for me to get on here, and I can't lie. So I don't like to come on here when I'm down, when I'm worried, when the world is going bananas, when my kids are I don't know, when the house is chaotic, all of those things. And so obviously, by saying that and not having done a video in quite a while, I am in what I call the lion's den, and have been, for a while. Today was really, really rough. Today is Sunday, February 18th. My husband and I are separated. Our goal is to be divorced due to adulterous affairs on his behalf, and just if you can do adultery, you definitely can lie, you can steal, you many things that I didn't find out until about 17 years into marriage, and at 22 years of marriage is when he decided he was taken off, and so we are in temporary decree of consent to go on to divorce. And so it's been 2.5 years. We're going on 3 years in September of just being in a separation, which causes no closure within myself, but you know what's even worse? No closure in the kids' hearts. And that is what breaks my heart. It's like, okay, that part that used to love him is dead. It's gone completely. I mean, for him, for me too. It's just, we are two opposite, polar opposite believers in everything, morality, Christ Jesus, just everything. And yet, no, I did not know that when we married. He chose on his own to be brought into the Catholic Church, asked my parents if they would be his sponsors, whatever, godparents, and my parents were delighted. I mean, it was an entire one way before marriage, and bam, right after the wedding, on the honeymoon, that was it. Now, I was willing to stick, and I would have stuck all the way till we were in our 80s, no problem, had we been nice, kind to each other. But there comes a point where when the woman or the man are being yelled at, made to feel like an idiot, being treated as a narcissist treats his victims, which means they plant ideas and things that you never ever said, and then they come and they go, well, I said that, or don't you remember this? And he does this to the kids. So all I'm saying is that we have chaos every other weekend. Every other weekend. When he comes over, he is allowed to take the children for the weekend, beginning Friday all the way through Sunday. However, he chose to live with a female, and then under those terms, I had told my lawyer that I did not want him to, since I have the full custody, I don't want my kids around that. So I don't bring a man in my house at any time, and he's not supposed to be bringing women in his house if my kids go there. But my kids have never ever gone there. So the point is, he just comes, spends 3, 4, maximum 5 hours on a Saturday or a Sunday of his choice. It's not my choice. He doesn't even talk to me. He makes the plans with the children, and then everything gets frustrated and confused. Which confusion comes by the devil. Okay. But in all of this, I love, you know? I have compassion over him. I know his past. I know that he did not have an ideal upbringing. So that's the part of me that just, I pray and I pray and I pray and I pray that he would, be saved and find salvation. But the person has to feel, they have to make that decision on their own. And not a day in our 22 years of marriage, and even after that, when I tried to communicate emails to him and things as such, trying to show him prophecy and what's coming in the world, and doom and gloom, as people would call it. No, it's called truth because it's prophecy. It's in the Bible. We're in the end days. The hearts are growing cold. People's emotions are off the wall. The atmosphere is insane, and all of those things actually cause the human body and the animal body and everything to react. And so therefore there are days that I'm like, well, maybe he didn't mean this, or maybe I didn't mean to yell, or because I'm just extra irritated. Okay, so I'm just filling you in on what I haven't been on. But you know what? I appreciate Brother Bob Pies and Cakes for putting a little note to me in a comment, and saying, he hopes that I upload soon. And so this is one. Let's hope that I can continue, because what happens with me is I'm one of those in the Bible that says, if your faith wavers and you are like someone who is tossed by the waves, and you're not a real believer in Yahushua, and though I know I'm saved and I know he's coming for me, and I know that I'm a remnant, I know that this was my destiny from the moment I was in my mother's womb, I get into these modes of I'm not worthy to discuss anything of God, because I don't have that 100% faith. But I'm growing. So I will try to do more videos. Let me go ahead and stop this one at 8 minutes and do a part 2. The bruise here, this is from my dogs. I have 2. Each of them's 45 pounds. One's a puppy, one's an old man dog. And when they get in a fight, it's like the puppy just pounces me. He has no clue what he's doing. It hurts. Nobody has abused me. Be right back.